Let
No problem, no problem. Sometimes glitches are there, sometimes it happens. Okay,
okay.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We can go over to lesson, and we are on the plant maintenance, and we have reached where we have reached our, you can say, the overall the maintenance cycle, and we have seen a demo also. Now today we will go over to some of the terminologies, and at the same very time you will tell me that you are familiar with how much type of the various terminologies and definitions which I am going to define over here, and we will do the little bit practice also. I will demonstrate, and in your own word you can do it. Okay, brother Amar, what is equipment? Brother Amar, what is equipment?
Equipment is the machine. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
the machine or device is available in the site.
Very good. What is equipment? Equipment is, you can say, overall, these are the assets of your company which help in running your business process. Maybe an equipment can be there in the, you can say, overall part of the work center in a maintenance planning plant. Maybe it can be in production plant. Maybe it can be in quality assurance department, and various type of equipment are there. Now, what is equipment? Each equipment has got, you can say, some kind of, you can say, technicalities. It must be having some kind of, you can say, electrical system, mechanical system. So sometimes if they get some problem, so that problem can be eradicated with the help of some special technical specialist which work in a work center under a plant section and the maintenance planning plant. Okay, what is fleet management in plant maintenance?
No, this I don't know actually.
Okay, fleet. Okay, what is fleet? Basically, fleet are the vehicles, all type of vehicles. These can be cars, buses, loaded trucks, fleet vehicles, 40-feet container, long fleet vehicles, 160-feet container, and 120-feet container. So basically, fleet management deal with the maintenance of the vehicles, and there is a little bit segment separate in the plant maintenance which deals with the fleet, and we have the different T codes to create the fleet. That is IE 31. Okay, brother Mark, what is functional location?
Function
Yes.
location is a cure
Yeah, yes, yes.
location for the equipment.
Very good. Functional location is the
Is linked
actual,
with the equipment and cost.
very nice, very nice. Functional location is the real-time location. It is a physical geographical location, or it is a some kind of complex where some of the component is operating. For example, if you say pumping, water pumping station. So what is water pumping station? It is a functional location, is some kind of room where we have the pumping water also, electrical meter also, we have the water sprinkling machine also for the firefighting equipment, and basically you can say we can have the water pumping filter and outward boards and all the things. That is the functional location. We will, for example, say pumping station, room number 1, and main building like that. When we are going to create the functional location, we will see how it is created, and T code is IL01. IE01 create equipment, IE31 create fleet equipment, and IL01 create functional location. Okay, brother. Now, what is the work center?
The organization or physicals will be execute the job. For example, rotating is linked with with mechanical.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
Electrical is linked with motors and
uh-huh,
anything
uh-huh.
related to me electrical
Very good. Now,
like
what are
that.
the work center? Work center is a workshop. For example, if brother Amar has got some problem in his personal car, he will take it to the workshop at some location where mechanic is going to, as you can say, eradicate the fault, or where you can say electrical technician will be there if it has got some electrical vehicle. And now we have got the e-vehicles also, electronical vehicle also. So mostly the job practice or the job description for such technicians are very much different. Now, what is work center? Work center is just nothing. It is a group of persons or a group of machines which work together and deal with the equipment to rectify the fault or to eradicate the fault. And in work center, we have the capacities. Now, what are the capacities? We define the capacity, for example, these are the machines or maybe group of technical persons, and we will see that how we are going to define the capacity or the potency of a work center. Okay, task list. Okay, brother Amar, how many type of task list we have in SAP, plant maintenance or asset management? These are the general task lists. Basically, these are the generalized task lists and they can be fitted. They define the operation, they define the task, they define the work procedure, which are required basically to put an inactive equipment, fleet or functional location into activated position or in activated form. So, general task list, basically, these are the operations defined over here, not in particular to any equipment, not in particular to any functional location, but these are the generalized tasks. They can be fitting against, basically you can say, in the work order for any of the equipment or the functional location. Okay, brother Amar, what is equipment task list? Oh, sorry, T code to create the general task list is basically IA05 and work center is CR01. You will see further more in our next, you can say, future session. Okay, brother Amar, what is equipment task list?
Task list assigned against particular equipment,
Very good,
and each
very good.
equipment have a special task list.
Yes, these are the special task lists. These are in particular to some of the equipment, linked with some of the equipment. Maybe it can be, you can say, oil rigging machine. Maybe it can be big cement plant. Maybe it can be, you can say, a sugar plant. Maybe it can, you can say, a earth excavator machine. These are the engineer machine which are used for the construction of the roads and different paraphernalia. So these are the equipment task lists. We define the equipment, we mention the equipment, and along with the mention, we mention the task. What are the likely tasks which are required for the maintenance of that particular equipment? These can be specially used in the preventive maintenance also, but those tasks can be utilized in corrective and the breakdown maintenance also. Okay, what is functional location task list?
Function location task list is linked for function location. If there is a multiple equipment in the function location,
Very good.
we can instead of assign task list for each equipment, we can assign it against the function location. So it will be cover all the equipment in that location.
Excellent, excellent. Now, I will give you an example of the equipment tasks also. For example, our equipment is, you can say, an earth excavator machine. So you can define the task that equipment to be checked, equipment to be inspected, and rotation of various parts to be done, equipment to be overhauled, mechanical inspection of the equipment to be done, and electrical, you can say, inspection of the equipment is done. And what is equipment? Earth excavator machine. You must have seen earth excavator machine, which it has a bucket and it excavate the earth for the construction purpose or for the construction of the large or the big building. Functional location. Functional location can be a water pumping station. So what can be likely tasks which we can assign? Okay, that water pumping station to be checked, to be inspected, electrical system to be checked over there. If some kind of gas turbine system is over there, that has to be checked. If there is some kind of firefighting, water sprinkling equipment which is embedded in the walls and in the roof, and that has to be inspected. And such like tasks concerning the equipment, functional location, and basically against the general task list we will create. Okay, coming over to the types of master data. Okay, brother Amar, how many types of master data we have in PM? But there is a long list of master data, you can say, in the plant maintenance. Okay, can you define one by one?
Okay.
Yes.
Equipment master data, the equipment vertical equipment available in our plant.
Yes. And what is included in equipment master data? Equipment category, equipment description,
Booms,
object types. Okay,
the
okay.
boom, bill of material.
Yes. Okay. Fleet master data, functional location master data, bills of material. Primarily, there are three types of, you can say, bills of material: equipment bombs, functional location bombs, materials bombs, sales bombs. But here we will only study the equipment and the functional location bombs. Okay, brother Amar, what are the bombs, bills of material?
They require material for each equipment.
Very good. The spare parts, we basically, you can say, link the list of the components, spare part assemblies, which are likely help the user to define that in case of some problem, which kind of materials those have to be committed. Either it is non-stock material, then automatically purchase requisition will be launched. And if it is stock material, then a reservation against movement type 261 will be done against the, you can say, work order. Okay, what is fleet master data?
Uh,
Yes.
yeah, this is my question. What is the fleet master data?
Regarding the, you can say, the master data for the different vehicles.
Okay.
Let me write it down. For various types of vehicles. Vehicles mean these can be buses, these can be your transporter trucks, and these can be your personal cars, these can be engineer vehicles. What are engineer vehicles, brother Amar? Okay,
Sorry.
engineer vehicles.
I don't know.
Engineering vehicle. For the road construction, you must have seen a road ruler going on. You must have seen the
Uh-huh.
earth auger machine. You must have seen a big, you can say, earth excavator machine or earth drilling machine. So these are the engineering vehicles which are used for the civil engineering, for the construction of road and for other kind of constructions, for mining purpose, or you can say some of the, normally they are used for the construction purpose or toward the civil engineering. Okay,
Mhm.
brother Mark, what is functional location master data?
Function location.
Master data.
As similar what I uh, 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 definition for function location.
Excellent,
The
excellent.
exact location for the equipment.
Okay, okay. What can be functional location? Functional location can be, you can
Uh,
say a building, or maybe
uh,
you can say, yes,
can be
yes, 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 brother Mark.
yeah. It can include the building, the work center,
Very good, very good.
the
It
cost
can be.
center for and classification.
Uh-huh. Basically, now what is
No, no,
in
sorry, classification, the equipment. Yeah,
classification is for the equipment, but at the same very time
yeah.
you can go for the classification of functional location also. I think so there is some option, but you are very right. Primarily functional, sorry, classification is for the purpose of the equipment. So define the variants, you can say. Okay, now what is a work center master data?
Work center, the executor for the job, mechanical
Work
or
center master
electrical or
data. Now, what is work center master data? You are going to give a code to the work center. You are going to give the description. Okay, what are the likely task list you are going to define over there? Then you will go over to the capacities. After capacities, you are going to define what will be the cost center, which is going to bear the cost of, you can say, amount of the work center. So what is the cost center for the purpose over there? It decided the, you can say, overall the cost for the maintenance of the equipment. At the same very time, the cost which has been, you can say, incurred, the wages of the technical workforce working over there, consumption of the electricity, consumption of any of the utility. So those all are going in accumulative form, are going to hit the cost center for the maintenance of a particular time, a particular equipment, functional location or fleet in a particular time. Task list, as I have defined, IA01, IA05, and IA11. Now, brother Amar, I will give you, these are the definitions in detail, but normally these are the bookish language. and I go at verbatim, so it can easily, basically, you can say, help out my students. Okay, we will go today for the creation. Okay, brother Mark, kindly tell me which is the new master data for you. Anything which is totally new for you. We will start it from
fleet
there. Okay,
fleet master data.
okay, beside fleet and any other thing,
Master data equipment.
bombs, equipment bombs, functional
Okay,
location
material.
bomb, work center, task list, three type of task list.
Yeah, work center. I'm not familiar with that. I'm not used it before.
Okay, no problem. It has two, it can be identified by the two
And
T codes, either CR01 and or IR01. Okay. So we can go for the, if
mhm,
you say, we can go for the fleet master data. Okay, we will go over to the our
okay.
system. And what is the T code to create the fleet master data? That is the IE31. Okay, now you are over here. Now, what is the difference? Primarily, it is the same methodology, but of course, fleet has certain characteristics. For example, engine horsepower, what is its body look like? It has a cabin, it has got a tailboards. Okay, what is the identification number of the fleet? What is the license number of the fleet? What is the engine number of the fleet? What is assembly number of the fleet? So, you know all the basically details regarding a vehicle. Okay, fleet object type. Now, what is object type? We will go over there. Oh, fleet object type is not defined over there. Oh, sorry. I think so. Nobody has used this server before. Okay, fleet object, let me define. Let me go over to the backend configuration from here. But later on, I will teach you how to make a fleet object type. Now, what is basically fleet object type? Either these are the utility vehicles, either these are the loader vehicles, either these are the transportation vehicles, or either these are the fleet logistic vehicles. Okay, brother Mark, we can go over from there and we are going to decide the type of the fleet object. Okay, brother Mark, what can be the type of the fleet objects? We are going to define it over here. Just let me go over to the backend configuration. And this is the second methodology. But with the passage of time, you will learn this methodology. But normally, I instruct students to go from the SPRO because you should follow the SAP. So it is going to basically make your memory sharp and it is going to help you in your future assignments. Okay, where is define? Define usage type of fleet objects, indent engine. Where is fleet object? Consumables, types of the defined usage of the fleet. Engine type. Wait for a moment. Oh, this is usage indicator. Let me see. Fleet object type. Just wait for a moment. Define engine type and equipment. Setting for the fleet. Define consumable. Assign view profile and equipment categories for fleet object. Oh. Nobody has defined the fleet object so far. No problem. We can go for the work center and let me basically define it and later on we can go over from here. It is saying equipment type, bulldozer, equipment type, for example, motors. You can go over to the bulldozers. And let me see what is the profile over here. Brother Mark, what we can do, let me go for the backend configuration after the lecture, and tomorrow I can teach you the fleet master data. Now, for currently, we can
Yeah.
go over to
Okay,
the
it's okay.
work center master data. And what is the work center master data? That is the CR01. Okay, just wait. Oh, CR01. Okay, what is work center? Work center is a group of machine, or you can say the person over there. So what is the maintenance planning plant basically, which is responsible for this work center? Our plant is BUHQ. Now here up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9 characters you have to define basically the code for the work center. Okay, we say for example WRKCENAMR. Okay. Now, work center category. Okay, now what is the work center category? Basically, it has got the machines, it is a labor, or they haven't defined the more work center category. Work center can be, you can say, an electrical work center, a mechanical work center, a mechatronics work center, or you can say basically, you can say for the this computer engineering work center.
Instrument.
Yes, instrument work center, very nice.
Is this basic in SAP? The
These are
description works.
yes, these are defined in the as per the basics of the SAP, but you can
Okay.
go with the backend configuration. You can define the work centers basically, no issue for them.
Mhm.
Okay, for
Okay.
example, you will go for the machine and press enter. So you will come over to the new screen over there, and we are going to define plant is this one. It is beta procurement plant, and basically you can say, for example, this is work center Amar. Work center with your A double M, sorry, A double M E R.
Yeah, AMMAR.
Okay, today is 27th of May, sorry, May 25, and now we will move further on. Who is the basically person responsible to look after this work center? This is, you can say, a person is overall BQ01. Some of the, you can say, user ID has been given over to him. Okay, usage of this work center. So what will be the usage of work center? We are going to select in case of, you can say, all task list types. Either it is general task list, basically, either equipment task list or functional location task list. So it's using it for the purpose of performance of all the tasks for the eradication of the fault. Okay. From here, you will go over to the standard value key. Now, what is standard value key in SAP? These are defined. We are going to select the variable protection. In this case, you will select no standard value key, because once you are going to authenticate these SVK standard value key, other fields of, you can say, overall work center are going to open. Okay. Proceed further, default values. Here they are going to ask for the control key. Control key, as you know, PM01 internal, PM02 external, PM03 external services, and PM03 internal services. So you can leave it blank. Okay, going over to the capacities. Now, what are the capacities? Capacities are the machines, or you can say a group of technical persons which are working over here. Go over to the capacity category and define the machine. Okay, press enter, and now you will be over to the new screen where you are going to define the capacity. Okay, what is capacity? You can say engine work bench machine, or you can say engine workbench set, which is used for the checking the mechanical engines of the vehicle. Okay, person responsible for this machine, who is the person over there? You can say, for example, a generic planner group 1. Okay, press enter, and it is saying capacity utilization. Okay, what is capacity utilization? That the capacity utilization is normally defined by the company, that for how many hours you can say a machine should be used per day. So if, for example, is capacity is that for 4 hours it should be used if during the whole of the day, and for the whole of the year it can be used, and after that it requires some kind of maintenance. So utilization of this capacity is 100%, which has been defined by the OEM, original equipment manufacturer, that for complete year it can be used per day, you can say for 4 hours, and after one, you can say, year, you are going to have the major maintenance process for this particular you can say overall machine, that is engine workbench set. Okay, press enter. Now it is asking number including capacity. It is a one machine. So we are going to enter the one. Now asking capacity base unit of measure. Now, how you can say its work process is going to be calculated? It will be calculated in terms of hours.
Excuse me.
Yes, yes.
If I sign for capacity only one person,
Okay.
Okay.
1%. Yes,
And yeah, and during the planning work order, I enter more than one. For example, for this work center,
okay. If you
it will be,
enter,
it's okay.
if you enter more than beyond this capacity, no,
More,
you can
yeah,
define
more than capacity assigned here.
you can define more than one capacity over here in a work center. That is no issue.
No, no, no. If I put in the work center only one,
Okay.
okay.
If you define
And
one
in the work
capacity,
order, I
y-
put
yes, yes,
in the work order, I put more than one for
yes.
same work center.
Okay, but okay, from the same work center, if you will try to define one more capacity, it is not going to work over there because that capacity will not be linked with this work center. Maybe that capacity can be from some other work center. This thing you want to say? Hello,
Yeah,
you want to say that one capacity from this work center and one capacity from other work center?
yeah. I mean, one works capacity for this work center. For
Okay,
example, this one you signed,
okay.
and in the work order,
Uh-huh.
okay, I have to enter how many person will be execute the job in the
Okay.
operation line item.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
okay,
if I
okay,
enter,
okay.
for example, three or
Okay, okay.
yeah,
That will be defined in the task list. Very right. Understood. Understood. Yes, in work center, once you are going to define in the task list and in the work order, once you go over to the operations, there you can also define basically that how many persons are going to define the to go execute this job. Yes, it is possible. Very right. It is possible. Okay,
impossible. Okay.
when this machine is going to work, for example, we will go over. Wait for a moment. Let me see. Oh, so I will click on the capacity category because we have to define its daily shift, and it's, for example, going to start at 0800 AM, and when it is going to finish, end time is 1700 hours, means 5 p.m. in the evening. And now if you go over there, the capacity, you can say overall, it's overall working timings are, that is 9 hours coming over there. So we are going to 1 hour break for the Zohar prayer and lunch break. Now total capacity working, you can say hours for this particular machine during a day will be 8 hours. Here you can see. It is going to start at 8 a.m. in the morning and it is going to finish its work in 5 p.m. in the morning, and 1 hour will be break over there. Understood, Brother Amar?
Yeah, yeah, actually.
Okay. Now here you can go over here. Now scheduling. Okay, how basically this center scheduling will be carried out? It will be carried out as per the machines, the basically capacity of the machines. We are going to schedule the work over there. Now coming over to the costing, and what is the costing? You have to enter. This is the controlling area, and this comes from the finance side. And in the cost center, we are going to define basically that which cost center is responsible to bear upon the cost of this work center for the maintenance of the equipment. Sorry, our company code is 1010. Oh, wrong. You can go over there, press enter, and all the work center which has been created by the finance guys, these are over there. And we can use this plant and maintenance. You can say overall, this is our cost center. Okay, this is primarily overall, you can say, the creation of the work center, and this is the data which is required over there. Control key, there is no need of control key, and now you can save it. So we have created a work center, that is WRKCEBAM. That is a work center for Amal. And if you want to see it in the display role, you will go over to the CR03, and this is our work center, and press enter, and all the things will be there, but in the display row. These are the default values. We haven't entered anything over here. Capacities, our capacity is a machine, and that is a work you can say, work engine workbench set, and we have defined, you can say, person responsible for this capacity based unit of measure, its start and end time along with the break, capacity utilization, that up to which optimum utilization capacity it will be used, number of capacity, it is a one machine, and basically now here is the capacity. Okay, brother Mark, now wait for a moment. Let me go over to IW31. And you were saying, let me resolve basically, you can say, overall your query also. What is the equipment we can use? Our maintenance planning plant is Biju HQ. Now, brother Amar, you are going to make one work center if you get the time. Okay, you can go over to
Okay.
the vehicle 19 August dozer road construction. And here is the your plant. What is your maintenance planning plant? That is Biju HQ. Okay, you go over here and for example, go for the control key. You can decide it, you can define it PM01 internal maintenance, because you can say all the overall maintenance will be done by the in-house, you can say, maintenance team. You can go over here and let me go over to the scheduling. So basically, now this is the basic start date and basic finish date. We can change it later on. Now going over to the operation. So here I think so, you are defining something, and for example, you say CM, corrective maintenance order for, you can say, bulldozer. Bulldozer machine, and today is 27th of May 25. You press enter. Okay. Now here you can define, you can say machine, sorry, machine to be inspected. Okay. Now, brother Amar, this is, you can say, one of the operation which we are going to do, and that is the work
Mhm.
center. That machine is going to do the work over there. Now, what was your point of view? You were saying that how we are going to define the number of persons beside the capacity of that
Yeah,
work center over there.
yeah.
This was your
So,
point.
for example,
Uh,
the capacity for work center is one. Is that right? You sign
okay.
one
Yes.
person.
Yes, it is.
Okay. If you click here, if you put it here, three person.
Okay, we can go over, for example, wait for a moment. Let me see. Normal division unit, duration, and the number is here. And these are the unit of the work. For example, you say it is for the HR, and you say for each person is going to work for the 1 hour, and number of person is 3 hour here. And press enter. It is going to ask for the duration and enter the hours. Sorry, enter unit when calculating work for duration. Wait for a moment. Let me see duration. Why it is just wait for a moment. Let me something I have done wrong. You can go over for the three, and now you put it over here. Wait. Let me see. First of all, let me decide this unit. It is saying HR. We can go over here, and this is the calculate duration. Controlling key. Let me see. Calculate duration, calculate work, calculate number of capacities. We can go over to the calculate the number of capacities, and you can go over to the HR over there, and you can enter this. We are coming over there. Wait for a moment. Calculate number of capacities. 3.